Okay, guys, if you don't know what a Christmas kissing ball is, it's like this right here. It used to take the place of mistletoe. It came before mistletoe, but now they're making a comeback, and I'm going to make it in an edible form. This is entirely edible Christmas kissing ball. You give somebody a kiss, and then you can eat it. But the mistletoe is something that came about in a more simpler time through the Charles Dickens stories, and people stopped using them. But now the kissing balls are coming back. So here's what you'll need to make your kissing balls. You'll need some fondant in several different colors. You can also mix those to create new colors. You don't need a big tub of them unless you're going to make a lot, which you could fill a whole edible Christmas tree with these. You're going to need these chocolate candy balls. You can find them, at Walgreens, the drugstore, but you need, I get a couple of types here. You need some Christmas decoration balls. This is optional, or you can use a lot of additional things other than this. I just have some gold balls here, edible balls. And then you're going to have these two kinds here. One is smooth, and one is bumpy, has more texture to it. So when you open them up, you'll see that obviously they're very different in texture, and this is just for variety when you're eating them. So really you could use one kind if you'd like. But I'm going to show you what we do here. We're going to stick a candy cane in the top of them, and you're just going to take some tweezers or an awl, something sharp. You can even use a push pin, and you're just going to make a little hole in the top, a little smaller than your candy cane. And those are just little tiny candy canes there. And you don't want it to be too big. You just want to be able to very gently twist your candy cane back and forth to get it down into the hole. Now on this other chocolate ball, they have a little plug, and if you push down into that with your tweezers, that little plug will pop out. And then you're going to gently you're going to twist this candy cane back and forth, and it's going to wedge itself in there, and it stays just fine. And then you're ready to go. But don't put that candy cane in there yet. Next, you're going to oil your mold for your fondant. And here I was using the Boughs of Holly mold, but I will show you how you can use really any architectural mold or any of the ones that IOD molds make, that you can make different variations on these ornaments. So I just use a little bit of olive oil in my, you don't want it super greasy, but just a little bit with a paintbrush will get it in there. And then you can warm up a ball of fondant in between your hands. Don't warm it up too much, because fondant is gummy and it gets very sticky when it gets warm. So you just want to do it just enough to get it into your mold, and then you're going to press it. Now it's different than clay when you're using fondant. So it can be gummy and stretchy. So you just want to work with that into your mold. And when you pull it out, you're going to do the same thing with the middle. You're going to make like a skirt to go over the hole that's in your chocolate ball. So you can just take your tweezers again, or you can take the end of a paintbrush, the handle of a round little paintbrush, and you can just make a hole. And then, stretch that out. Make sure that that's big enough for your candy cane to go down into, because you're going to lay that fondant poinsettia or leaf just right up there to that hole. If it's a bough of greenery, you're going to just kind of lay it up there next to the hole. You're not going to go over the hole, but I'm going to take that fondant with the hole in it, and I'm going to, line it up with that other hole. And then again, you're going to gently put your candy cane down in that hole. Now, I do not have any problem with the candy cane staying. It stays in there because I'm wedging it tight enough. But I guess if you had some problems with that candy cane sliding out, you could probably put a little ball of fondant down in there with a little, droplet of water, because water will make fondant very sticky like glue. But I'm not having any problems just wedging my candy cane down in there. And once you get that down in there, you can then I was hanging it on a little hook here so I could work on it. You can hang it on a little wreath hanger, tabletop wreath hanger, or you could hang it on the edge of maybe the edge of a glass or something. But then I was adding the beads, the gold beads, to that. And the way to get those gold beads to stick is just take a paintbrush with some water and paint the little area of the fondant where you want that to stick, and it will stick. So I hope you enjoyed this. It's super simple, and you could do a wide variety of variations to this. I also added some fondant to this oversized candy cane, and I did the cameo mold, and that's all fondant. I did trim mold up and around the candy cane, and then I also made a little cameo to stick right on top of the candy cane, and I just used water to have this fondant stick. So try it. You guys might like it. And as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'll come back on and answer them for you. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it, and hope you'll try it. Merry Christmas.